So it is now that period in life where shit changes drastically. It is the change of all calendar systems because we no longer use the Gregorian calendar in our skyline, if you're paying attention. Where the sun rises and sets is different for every hemisphere, quote unquote, or every state. All of the old star lines that were available to see on a regular basis are changing directions and movements and things like that. And you notice them above your head. Also, something else that you'll notice is that old music is timing out and new music is chiming in. So thank goodness trap music is leaving the trending space. Good riddance. Street life music is starting to showcase. So like, there are a few. There are a few. And they're funnier. Their rap is becoming more individualistic and more unique and not so, it's leaning more towards the creator and the creative than it is towards production and mass studios. So people are upgrading all of their devices and just doing it themselves in their own home studios now, without every single thing needing to be absolutely professional harmonics. And I'm not saying don't go get a Harman, because these are great speakers. But I mean, like choosing proper tools and how to use them, and even if you're choosing tools, what you chose does more than one thing. You have basics, and some of them only have phone. You get a very good quality phone in order to do it. That's what I did. I didn't have no extra microphones. I didn't have no extra that I wanted to get, nothing like that. I didn't have no studio set up. I wanted to be able to be mobile and on the go. Why? Because I walk around a lot. Lately, not so much. And so a lot of the changes are coming about, and this would be about that space where you would hear about the one-hit wonders and go back to the reminiscing, and they started creating shows like I love the 80s, I love the 90s, I love the 2000s, I love the, and it keeps going. And those were just, I love the 2000s, you know what I mean? Like they just putting it out there. Those songs, you remember them because you were there, or you don't. If you weren't there, that song might have changed. That person might no longer be singing that song. You might not hear that song as popular anymore. Or you gotta wait until the oldie station, quote unquote oldie station. It's not really the oldie station. It's just only gonna play certain songs from certain genres and certain ages. So it might be 60s, 50s, and 40s or something, or it might be 80s, 90s, and 2000. You know what I mean? Like, it's only gonna be so specific now. But those kids that didn't think that they were gonna hear that theirs have to turn to the oldie station to hear their song, that's their turn now. They gotta turn to the oldie station to hear their song. And now those that, feel like they're has-beens is the name they used to give people who felt that way, but I didn't like their work because I was like, has been. What do you mean? They still are themselves. So what happens to them is they go through life, but because they're so used to all that attention, they still want to live it. Get to a certain point, and then body starts to catch up, and they're like, oh, I can't do the same thing I used to. I used to party. And all of a sudden it becomes a staying in the past. The shoulda, woulda, coulda is the regret. Oh, if I could do it all over, I would do this thing. Some of them are like, nah, I live my life. I'm living. This is a good life. But then sometimes you meet them later in life, and you're like, how are you? How are you feeling? How you doing? How your family doing? And they're just like, well, getting older. That's what they say most of the time. Well, hopefully wiser. Don't just get older, get wiser. Don't just lose trouble with yourself and get lost and go drinking to so much that you forget. People like to pretend that that's not the time that it's supposed to be now. I'm like, it happened just like this every 20 years or less. Now less just because of the way that it happens, because the change happens so quickly now. It's like, poof. Who? Music changed overnight. Who? And they still want people got to branch out and do brands, and if they didn't start their brand or whatever early, then they got a lot of catching up to do. They got a lot of work they got to put in now. They got stuff that was managed for them and done for them, and that's cool and everything, but now they got to be the face of their own brand. They don't know nothing about it. They didn't help build it when it was started. Somebody else built it for them, and that was all. There's nothing wrong with that, except for when you don't know your own brand. You say you the model in the face of your own brand. You only showing up for pictures and to take credit. This is my brand. Da, 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 da. 450 backs that just work their asses off to make sure you look pretty. Really? They get to a specific space in their time frame, whatever that is. It could be earlier, it could be later in their time frame, and they go, oh, I want to relax and settle down. No, y'all didn't prepare for that. No, I did all the work. You enjoyed all the fun too. Or you did some of the work, and that's okay, but you should have been finding yourself in there too. Spending time with you. It shouldn't have always been about being seen. So many people are so busy just trying to be seen. They was busy trying to be seen. Be seen by who? Why would that even be a thing to make sense? Be seen by who? If your greatest gift to the hues and to Gaia and to humanity and to the world and to your atlas, and if all the main important things are you being at your healthiest and best for this planet, and if nothing else matters, Then you skipped a few beats. Your healthiest is what makes planet life, if you could call it a planet still. They like the other stuff because it's familiar. They like spiritual molestation and all that other stuff because it's familiar. It has a smell to it. It has a really familiar smell to it. It ain't because you just out here running the streets. No, you just know a smell when you see a smell. Yeah, that's not my smell. I'm fully aware that that's what it smells like too. And it's just a smell, but it's a smell that like it's real. It's noticeable. And sometimes it smells like metal in your lungs. People standing outside doing ways, doing shit they're not supposed to be doing. Or maybe they're just enjoying the night and not worried about anything. People wanted me to feel some type of way about being in the know. Why would I feel some type of way about being in the know? And they're like, they want you to forget all of the extra stuff so that they can throw it at you. So they reminded me of some stuff that they wanted so that they could throw that at me while I was sleeping. This is YouTube that I'm talking about. Those invaders, they went to Facebook and started looking shit up. Pulling birth charts and looking shit up. They started looking for records. They started looking for all kinds of stuff. Why me? Oh, cause of your name, Eowyn? It's not Eowyn. Not my name. My name don't got no accent on the E. Sorry to disappoint you. And they're like, oh, she's gonna save us all. I think they have wishful thinking. Yeah, it's not my day job. You're sovereign. I'm supposed to remind you of your sovereignty. Taking it from you would be telling you you need saving. You got enough books. Read them. Those of you who still read. Y'all got books. Read them. Y'all so busy yelling and screaming about it. There's your answer. Read those books. Use discernment. Read them for yourself. Use discernment. They're sovereigns. So when you read any book, use discernment. If it's a book you want to read, read it. You can't take back what your eyeballs look at. It's not how the recording works. If your eyeballs are the record keeper, you should be gentle. If your eyeballs are the record keeper, you should be gentle. If your eyeballs are the record keeper, you should be gentle. If your eyeballs are the record keeper, then you should be gentle. If your eyeballs are the ones keeping your record for you, with you, and around you, you should be paying much more attention to your eyes. Like when you need to get sunshine and you notice that you don't have any because you work so much. You work so much. That metallic taste in your mouth. And the air changes. And 20 years can go by for some people. And they still won't notice. They'll be so busy playing. They'll be so busy spiritually molesting other people. they're going to move on as if nothing changed. As if it meant something to them to be in that same energy. They have no idea what kind of gift they've given up. They didn't choose themselves first in the serious instance of healthiest self. And they think they're going to be able to lie and run from their inner higher self about being accountable for things that they've done. So when it comes time for them to be accountable and responsible for whatever decision that was that comes back around and says, hey, I'm back, I need to be accountable and responsible, you have to be willing and ready to say, yeah. You know, thought I was doing something good for my child by just saying, be patient until the ultrasound. Just be patient until the ultrasound. Just be patient until the ultrasound. You're going to get a new ultrasound, so please just be patient. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Listen to your mom. Be patient. We just have to get a new ultrasound. Be patient. Stress less. Don't listen to them. Just listen to me. We're just waiting on a new ultrasound. That's all we're waiting on. Just be patient. Don't freak out. Don't listen to them. Listen to me. I'm not going to keep harping on that, and I'm not going to keep harping. I used to say that a lot as I play the harp. You know, just play the harp. It sounds weird to say it because it sounds different. I'm not harpy, so just pause long enough to notice, like, no, we're gonna get it taken care of so that you don't gotta stress out about anything. Proving yourself, proving that you exist, talking to nobody that you don't want to, answering questions. You don't gotta do shit. Just wait till the ultrasound. That's all you gotta do. They didn't want that either. She didn't want to listen to me. It's not like I'm playing her though. I think I was ranting pretty good. You know, ranting real good. Like, get out of my energy, yelling, screaming. I want them out of my energy. That's what I want. Leave my kids alone, leave me alone. Get out of my energy. P.S. They don't have access to my energy like that. They have access to these quote-unquote cameras. Digital devices all around that they use from a distance, or they pull up next to this house and point them at this house. Catching them do that. It's funny. Gang stalkers trying to upgrade. It's even funnier. He likes that attention. I don't care for the smell. No. classics, they say. That's what they call them. Look, you can sit up here. Well, that's where you were.